What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Libra sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of September 23rd and October 22nd, then you are a Libra sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be doing a look at the month ahead for the month of September for all my fellow Libra friends. This spread's going to tell us about the past, present, and future energies that you have around you, as well as what to hold on to and let go for the month of September, as well as obstacles and lessons you're going to learn in the next month. Basically, this spread is going to help you make the most out of your month of September by giving you all the insights that you need. Remember, this is a general overall reading that applies to a lot of people, so not everything is going to apply specifically to you. So take what works for you, leave the rest. If you do want a more specific reading tailored just for you, where I tap into your energies, and head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and in the card below, so you guys can go check that out and see what kind of readings I offer. Let me introduce you to my crystal spheres. I've got a sodalite sphere here, which I keep with me for every reading. And I also brought some carnelian. This is the carnelian sphere, and this crystal resonates with the bottom three chakras, and it's great for injecting some vitality, some energy into your life. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to bring some energy to this reading. I will be using the Hobbit Tarot. This is a tarot deck based on J.R.R. Tolkien's Hobbit. You don't have to have read the book to get the most out of this deck, so give me a moment, if you would, and allow me to center myself and ask the tarot cards the question: what are the energies surrounding Libras for the month of September? Alright, that ought to do it. We'll cut the deck. Deal out 8 cards. Alright, and while we're at it, we're going to ask the Earth Magic Oracle deck here what message it has for Libras for September. What message for Libras this September? Okay, we're going to take a look at that card at the very end. Alright, let's see what we got here. 2 major arcana. I'm seeing a lot of coins, so we'll see what that means as we get into it. What we're going to do is look at these cards individually and then see what they have to say as a whole. The first card we're going to look at here represents the energies of last month, so the energies of August, and we've got the High Priestess. Give me a moment here. Alright, I'm getting the feeling that August was a time of introspection, was a time for you to get a little bit more in touch with your inner self. I feel like maybe it was a slower month, possibly. Maybe it was a month where you're dealing with some internal issues. Maybe, it was not a month where like a lot of outside influences were affecting you. This was more of a month of getting to know yourself a little bit more, and it seems like a quieter month where it's very self-analyzing, very analytical month, where you analyzed your life. Remember, this is a general reading and not everything's going to apply to everyone, so see what works for you. The High Priestess is about going inwards, basically, and asking those tough questions of yourself. And so I do feel like August was a time for a self-analyzation time, basically. This next card here represents the current energies, the energies that we have swirling around us now, and we have the 7 of Swords here. Okay. I get it. I read these cards how I see them, my friends, and I do get the feeling that there's a little bit of deception going on here. And I'm getting the strong sense that this deception has to do with you deceiving yourself in some way. Maybe, considering the High Priestess came before it, maybe there's some things about yourself that you're not being completely honest about. This could be maybe with some vice or addiction that you're struggling with. Or, I hate to give examples because it could be anything really. But how does this apply to you? What are you not being honest to yourself about? What are you kind of hiding from yourself? What did you discover in August about yourself that you're not willing to look at? I think that's the real important question to be asking here. Is that there's some aspect of the self that you discovered that you didn't like and you're kind of trying to ignore it or hide it, is the feeling I'm getting from this card. Let's take a look at this next card. This card here represents the energies of next month, the month of September, and we've got the Seven of Cups, another 7. Interesting. All right, so the Seven of Cups here is about a choice. It's about making a decision, and there's a lot of different ways that this decision could go, and based on what you learned about yourself, and based on how you're basically lying to yourself about what you learned, I think September is going to be the time for you to make a decision on how you're going to proceed. I think some of you are going to continue to repress whatever it is that you don't like about yourself. Others will allow it to surface and learn from it and grow from it. Either way is the way that you're meant to go. So don't feel bad if it's one or the other. But basically, I think September is going to be a time for you to make a decision. Like, how am I going to handle this thing that I've learned? Basically, is what I'm getting from this card. And there's a lot of ways that you could go about it. You could go the direct method and try to heal it yourself. You can, try to bounce this off friends and family and see how they respond. You could try to hide it as best you can, but still knowing it's there. You can erase it from your memory. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can go about it, and that's what this card is trying to say, that there's a lot of options here, and September is going to be a time for choosing your option. Okay. This card here represents what you should hold on to for the month of September, and we've got the 9 of Cups. All right, this card is suggesting to me that you already have emotional fulfillment, I believe. You have all the tools necessary to be emotionally happy. You are, you've got some sort of wealth. Any lack of wealth that you perceive is something that you've created. You have everything you need to live and be happy right now. You have internet, you have a phone, you have a computer, you have a home, you have food and water and clothes. So you have everything that you need to be happy. Any unhappiness you feel is probably based in a perceived lack of things, and this card is suggesting that you're happy and you have everything you need to be happy. So just be happy with where you are and what you have now, and that happiness will just multiply and it'll create more abundance if that's what you're looking for. But it's the realization that you have all that you need right now and you truly are happy, and any unhappiness you feel is self-inflicted, basically. Cool. This card here represents the biggest hurdle you're likely to experience in the month of September, and we've got Judgment. Give me a moment to go into this card. All right, so I get the feeling that September, like I said, is going to be a time to make a decision, and it's time for you to basically put your cards down on the table and show me what you got. Basically is going to be the month. I feel like there's been a lot of build up to September. A lot of things have been bubbling beneath the surface, and maybe you're holding in some negative energy that you shouldn't be holding on to, and it's time to figure out what to do with it. And September is going to be the month, and it's probably going to manifest itself in very chaotic ways in your life, and maybe things are just going to start popping up in your life that are just very chaotic and random seemingly. But basically what this is the universe forcing you to reconcile, forcing you to make a decision. And so I do see some chaos jumping up in your month in September. And it's going to seem like none of these things are interconnected, but they're definitely all interconnected. And I think they all revolve around some unhealed elements within you that you've been hiding. Not hiding, but you've been kind of not facing. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, I think there's going to be some chaos in your life a little bit. But remember, this chaos is good. It's pointing you towards the right direction. It's helping you to learn and transmute and to understand who you are and where you want to go. So don't look at these things as negative. Look at them as positive, and that's what they will be. All right, this card represents what to let go of in the month of September. We've got the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, basically. And this card is suggesting, let's not dwell too much in the physicality of things this month. Like I said, there's some things inside of you that need healing. So what this card is suggesting is let's not focus too much on work. Let's not focus too much on acquiring stuff. There's a time and a place for that, and September doesn't seem the time and the place for that necessarily. If you get lost in your work, then you're not going to find the time to self-heal. And if you get too, this could also be for like creativity. If you're gonna use creative outlets to express yourself, that's great. But sometimes that's just diverting around the issue, and trying to cover it up. So I think what's gonna help you a lot this month is just to focus more on the self rather than the outside world. I think that's what this card is basically saying. This is a month for self-healing. You can't heal others unless you're healed yourself, and that's basically the message here for that. All right. This card here represents the energy of the people around you. Now, take into consideration that this card represents the whole of all the people in your life. Of course, individuals are going to have different types of energies, but as a whole, the people in your life are going to hold the Knight of Coins mentality, or the Knight of Coins energy. And to me, this is saying that the people in your life are going to be kind of focused on the physical world. They're going to be focused on creating wealth, getting money, doing their business, just jobs, sort of earth-based things. And I don't think that this is necessarily good for you. I think this is not the month for you to be embodying that energy. This is a month for self-analyzations. This is a month for figuring yourself out, not trying to acquire and multiply and manifest. So I feel like if people are feeling like they're really living life in a fast pace, if it's too fast paced for you, then there's no shame in just dialing it back a notch, seeing less of those people until you get your things organized and get yourself figured out. Because I think that could be kind of counterproductive to what you're trying to accomplish this month. So if you do feel that, kind of extricate yourself from that situation. All right, the last card we're going to look at here represents the biggest lesson you're likely to learn in the month of September, Libra friends. And we've got Six of Coins. Interesting. All right, the message here is to keep the flow open. The Six of Coins is about giving and receiving, basically. And in order to move energy, there has to be an input and an output, basically. If there's any blockages, then the energy is not going to be able to move. And this card is suggesting in order to remove any blockages, you have to remain open. You have to be open to the giving, and not just money. This is not just money. This is everything. Open to giving love, giving time, giving energy, giving patience. If you're open to the giving of that and you give freely, then you're also going to be open to the receiving. And now you can receive those things in equal measure. So I think the message here is about being open and honest. Looking at these cards as a whole, I definitely feel like there's some blockages going on right now that are kind of being counterproductive. You spent the month of August, going inside and being introspective, and it was great. And I feel like there was some advancements, but I do also feel like there's some sort of secret that you're keeping from yourself and from others that's kind of stopping you. And this is probably going to be a blockage as far as energy motion goes. So moving into September, I think you're going to have a choice on how to handle this. And the choice is yours, of course, and whatever you choose, it will be the right one. But be sure that you're using your mind, body, your soul, your intuition, your logic, everything to make this choice, your emotions, rather than just focusing on one of those aspects, because you're not getting a whole rounded situation there. Be sure to realize and be grateful for what you have. It's so common for people to live a lack-based life where no matter how much they have, they always think they need more. They always think they're in some sort of lack. Even multimillionaires, billionaires, they need more money, right? And you would never think that a billionaire would need more money. But that's just what happens when you're not in tune with yourself. You start creating lack-based problems based on nothing. So avoid that. Be grateful for all that you have. Realize that you have it all, and be happy so that we can move forward and remove some of these blockages. The biggest hurdle, though, is going to be some chaos showing up in your life as a result of unhealed emotional issues. And I think that you might perceive them as negative, these things that come up, but remember that they're putting you on the right track. They're showing you which way to go, and so be grateful for any problems that arise. I know it sounds weird to hear be grateful for problems, but if you are grateful for the problems you have, then those problems are no longer problems, they're directives. They're showing you the way forward. So look at things positively. Not the month necessarily to be too grounded. Let's not focus too much on work. Let's not focus on too much on money or, you know, that new house or buying a new car. Let's not focus on that because there's plenty of time for that later. But this month in September, we want you Libras to focus on the self a little bit and try to heal the inside. The people around you are going to be go get them. They're going to have that go get them attitude. Not necessarily like fast paced, but they're going to be driven for work and for career and for money. So don't let that affect you because that's, like we said, not what you're supposed to be focused on this month, really. And the biggest lesson is that you have to be open and you have to remove those blockages. And those blockages are there inside you. Most of them are self-created. And if you can create them, you can destroy them. And so that's what's going to have to happen. I think we're going to have to remove some blockages this month. But it's something that you can do. It just takes a little bit of concerted effort. And you can do it. So a little bit of work, Libra friends, but nothing that you can't handle. All right, let's see what the Earth Magic Oracle had to say. We asked it what message it had for the month of September. And we have rainbow blessings. This goes hand in hand with the Nine of Cups. Remember, guys, no matter how bad things seem right now, no matter, you know, how bleak the future seems, if you're living in the present moment, you have no choice but to count your blessings, because right now, in this present moment, you are completely surrounded by love and blessings, and everything is just perfect. Everything is okay. And if you can maintain that sort of present, then your future will be okay. So this is not to say, oh, we should sugarcoat things and not look at the shadow aspects. But we need to, this card is more about being grateful for everything that we have, including our shadow aspects. Because like I said 3 times in this reading, our shadow aspects are there to point us in the right direction. So be grateful that you have them and learn from them. And don't let them destroy you. Use them as a tool for advancement. And you will go who knows how far, but far indeed. Okay, so I hope that reading resonates for you Libra friends. Remember, this was a general reading and not everything applies to everyone, but if you want a more specific reading where I tap into your specific energies, then head on over to my Etsy shop. The link is in the description and in the card, and you can click on that and it'll take you to, you could do all sorts of different readings, including this one if you want this one done for you. So I'd appreciate it if you go check that out. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It lets me know I did something right and that you enjoyed it and got something out of it. So I'd appreciate that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything you want to say about this video, put those in the comments section below. I'd love to read what you guys have to say. And if you really enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, because I release these Tarotscope videos bi-monthly. You don't want to miss out on those. And I also release videos along the way sprinkled in, so you don't want to miss those either. Okay, so please consider subscribing. All right, Libra friends, I wish you the best luck possible in the coming month, and I don't think you'll need it. It's just going to take a little bit of shadow work, and you got this done, all right? Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.